Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Charles with Charles E. Snyder III Marketing, and this is day 4 of my daily blog of me, Charles Snyder Raw. This is unscripted, mostly unedited, and I just kind of talk about what I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Today, I want to talk to you about distractions. Well, distractions is probably the biggest thing that's been, that occurred between yesterday and today of creating the last video. I started working on another 5 minutes with Charles video. Well, the video is finished. I got the article written as well, but it gave me an idea for actually doing a webinar based on all the information and everything I see coming from social media, specifically Facebook, with the changes and everything that came um, from the article I did on Facebook kills organic reach. So, kind of just talk about that for a couple minutes, and then actually show some of the process that I go through. You can actually see on my screen here. I might have to blank some of this out. I'll check it later on, but obviously for security reasons, I can't show you everything. But anyway, distraction. As far as distraction goes, yesterday, I was invited to a group of basically it's a political argument group, and it involves liberals, uh, Democrats, and conservatives, and Republicans, and the whole idea of the group is basically to argue about what's going on. And I was very tempted to do that for a couple minutes because a couple friends that I know are actually part of that group. They're outspoken, and the ones I'm closest to are the conservative group, and that's because I'm a conservative. So I was very tempted there for a minute because just some of the stuff that I seen on there was just like made my blood boil. I wanted to get in there and start scrapping and add my viewpoint to some of the conversations. Well, actually, most of the conversations weren't conversations; or actually arguments. And I accepted the invite to the group, and I started typing, and then I went, "Wait a minute, what am I doing?" Using, I thought, I was seeing all this stuff in there. I wanted to like add my 2 cents to this conversation and that conversation. I mean, there was one after another, after another, after another that I was just like, oh man, you know, uh, have you ever had, something like that? It just, you wanted to just dive in, you didn't think about it. And then as I was just starting to do that, I went, wait a minute, how am I going to have time to get my videos done? Because at that point I hadn't had the time to actually record the next 5 minutes with Charles video. Um, Plus write the article on top of it, plus doing the work on the back end of making sure I got everything fixed on the new website, which there's still some work there to do. And then I thought about actually writing everything that I did in the vivid vision that I've been talking about, that I've worked on for almost 2 months. And it occurred to me that arguing about politics and what Trump may have said or hasn't said, or maybe doing or isn't doing, or how worthless Obama was. And I thought about this for a second. I went, this is a distraction. And I stopped myself. I deleted the post I started to make, and I sat there for a minute. I thought about it some more, and I went, this is all distraction. This isn't making me money arguing about what someone else is doing. So I deleted the post. Like I said, I deleted the post, and then I sat there and I thought about it a little more, and then I removed myself from the group, and I blocked myself from being reinvited to that group because it's a distraction. And there's a number of people that are in that group that I know own businesses, and I, I'm not saying anything. But for me, I realized it was going to be a distraction, so I removed myself from that equation. Another distraction that I have is I mean, it's necessary work, with everything that I've done as far as transferring everything over to the new website. But the bottom line is going back through the website right now and making sure that all the links actually connect to this website instead of the old website is still a distraction. It's busy work. It's distracting me from actually doing the stuff that makes money. Now, granted, there's nothing particularly immediately making money about doing these daily videos, but I think they're kind of necessary to think through mentally, both for myself as well as building the audience, building a following, building distribution for me to do that. So, yeah, there's not an immediate money making thing there, and I'm not doing this to actually make money, these videos, but I think it helps in the process of creating content, number one. Number two, creating something that's interesting because I know these are things that everyone struggles with, but so very few people are actually talking about, or they're not talking about at all. I only know one person I've ever heard talk about eliminating distractions in business, and unless you've heard of Billie Jean, I know there's some others that talk about focusing on the right thing and never, you know, but there's not enough. It's not common to hear people talking about eliminating distractions to get away from the things that don't make them money or matter in their lives with their family, their love, whatever their priority may be. I don't hear a whole lot of people talking about that. So anyway, bringing a full circle, the things that I've been working on that are not distracting is I have finished up the next 5 minutes with Charles video, which you can see up on my screen here. And I script out the video content for that, where what I'm doing right now, this is just all ad lib. I don't script any of this. I don't even come I turn the camera on and I just start talking. And then as I go through, it kind of gives me an idea where I might have a basic concept before I come into it, which I did with the distraction thing. But as you can see here, I already have the video's done. It's published. I have the article written, which is up there now. And the thing that's holding it up is actually right here. Is I put this banner on here because I'm like, okay, I've been doing these 5 minutes with Charles videos, and I've been talking about, uh, the vivid vision, all this other fun stuff, and the problems with Facebook. How am I monetizing that? And then it occurred to me that with all the social discord or whatever you may have, or whatever you want to call it, the Facebook frustration is kind of what I came up with. Is that that's the ticket of where I can actually help people, introduce them to my services, show my expertise, and I'm sure if 100 people see it, maybe 10 people get something useful out of it, and maybe one will actually hire me. So that is actually, it's making an offer. I'm getting some additional, useful information out there. I'm demonstrating my expertise and earning people's business, not just asking for it. I'm earning it ahead of time. So I have to develop a landing page to go with that. So I'm just kind of like showing you the whole process of what I'm doing on the back end, which takes me to, I have to create a whole new lead page or landing page to go along with this. I have to start with the back end of it, build it up to the front end where I'm actually going to, post that live so that it links to that landing page. Someone can go on there and get the information that, because I'm just going to do it for free. You don't have to sign up for it or whatever. You can just come in, get the information. If you like it, great. Sign up for something else, and it gives me a chance to demonstrate my expertise and skills. Anonymous, well, it's not anonymous for me, but it's anonymous for the people showing up to actually see it. But um, so let me go through. Let me, this actually, I should have probably thought about it a little bit before I just did it. But let me duplicate something here. I'll duplicate this so that it's a little easier to just get started. To show you some of the creative process. I'm not going to go too long with this. Otherwise, it's going to be a webinar about a webinar. I'm not looking to do that. So let's call this Facebook frustration. Now let's fixing. There we go. Fixing Facebook frustration. Pretty nifty, huh? So we'll go with that. We'll go with start building. And this is just one of the programs that I use to create what's called a landing page. And this is just showing you some of the stuff that I'm doing on the back end. That for every offer that you may see, or every post, every video that you see, there's a lot of work that goes into the back end. Except for these these raw videos, I'm not really editing these. I'm not coming into them. I'm not scripting out any of this. I may or may not have an idea what I'm going to talk about before I even start the camera. But it's pretty much unscripted, unfiltered, mostly unedited. I'll chop a little bit of it up, but it's nothing too fancy. I chop off some time at the beginning and the end. Maybe if I have a really long pause when I'm trying to think of something, I'll chop it out of there. But anyway, let's start with this here. We'll change our heading. Frustration. Ads. How's that sound? Sound pretty good to you? Fixing Facebook frustrations with ads. And we'll change this. This is just another. I copied another landing page that I did just because it's got the formatting, the images and stuff there. I just got to go back through and like change some of the titles and stuff. And I mean, this is all stuff you can actually do on your own here too. So then I got to think of a good headline for that. Let's see here. Say Facebook kills reach, but Facebook kills organic reach, but that's the good news. And obviously, got to change this here. got to create a video to go there. So all we're doing there is just, I'm clearing out the old video. Let's see here. Make sure I got all this crap in the back end here. Yep, I got that changed. Kind of a pain in the ass too, because I got to like stare around this mic. I got it right in my face when I have to look down here on this screen. But it's just until I can find a better spot to actually hang this thing. Yeah, it looks like I got this all updated. It's all updated information. All right. That's you know, that page is pretty much ready to go. I just got to plunk a video into it now. So, don't actually want to save the thing just yet. Um, I'm going to have to plan this out a little bit more, but that's just the basics of how to create a landing page real quick. And some of the other stuff, I got to eliminate the other distractions and focus on the stuff that's going to make money, drive more business. Because I get a couple more customers, I'm going to hire someone. I, I'm kind of at the point of where I need to take some of that daily crap out of my schedule so that I can focus on the creation aspect of it. But bring on a couple more monthly customers, that's going to happen. So maybe I'll do a video about that at one point. But anyway, I'm out of here. Have yourself a good day. Love, peace, and chicken grease.